Good morning. Hi. Thank you so much for joining us. This is such a treat. I've talked to a few of you. Thank you so much for your time earlier. My name is Cindy Lanning, and I am a strategic partner manager with Google. And my day-to-day is actually working with WordStream. Since WordStream's inception in 2007, we've had actually a special relationship with them. We realize at Google that AdWords can be really complex, it can be really confusing, often really daunting, and we work with third parties that we believe are providing a really best-in-class customer experience, and we invest our resources in helping them be successful. So that's the context of why they're here, why you're here today, and why they have this special relationship with Google where they can have events like this and wonderful breakfasts to learn more about all of these kind of exciting new trends in AdWords. So I just want to kind of give you a few contexts of where our head's at with Google, where we're thinking, why this whole opportunity with, exploring digital marketing with AdWords is a really important ingredient for your business to be successful. So since, our inception, we believe that we want to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. So, as we've evolved and we've explored many different products, we've tried to be at our core and be that hub for new information and new resources as people explore and come to us for more information. And that's why 15% of what we see on our daily searches are unique. I love this stat. Think about it. Every single day at Google, 15% of what people are typing into that search bar are things that we've never seen before. But what that means as marketers is that we really have to stay on top of this evolving marketplace. Your customers are changing their behavior, they're changing how they think. At the same time, they're wanting all this information at their fingertips and they're making decisions quicker than ever. So take a look at this image. 2005. Has anyone seen this before? This is an image in the Vatican City of Pope Benedict's inauguration, if you will. So let's flash forward 8 years. 2013. Yes. So this is, I'm drawing a blank of the next pope, but this is Vatican City with the next pope. We've had a few since then. But you get the point. You get the point that in 8 years' time, we've completely shifted in how we view technology. And I know this is really obvious because I've seen a lot of people while I'm speaking use their smartphones. So you kind of know this behavior is really kind of core on who we are. Yet as marketers, we're really seeing a delay in that shift. We're seeing a delay in marketers kind of diving into with 2 feet and really investing in this new behavior and coming up with new strategies and how they want to target small businesses. So take a look at these moments. These are my moments. My nanny is Marcella, my son is Leo, my husband's Charlie. So you get an idea of how I use my phone during the day or use Google and the informational resources to kind of interact. We see that users actually use their phones 150 times a day. And there's all these moments, right, where I'm trying to maybe check something on social media, check my email, interact with my family, my friends. But if we kind of dive in a bit further, these are what we'd like to call micro moments. These are moments for me as a user, as a customer, as a potential customer, where I'm wanting more information. I'm wanting to find something near me. I'm wanting to learn more about something, all the while knowing that, whatever I'm looking for, I'm wanting it immediately, and I'm trying to make a decision quickly. And these are the new battlegrounds in the customer journey. We believe that these micro moments is the key ingredient as we kind of think forward and what 2016 will look like for your strategy, is how you should be thinking about, this new battleground for the customer minds and hearts. So, Wall Street Journal says the same thing, why mobile advertising may be all about micro moments and targeting micro moments. As I take a look at those micro moments that I just shared with you in my customer journey, these are these moments, these I want to go, I want to do, I want to buy moments, right? It's different than the moments that I was showing you that I was using my phone for interactions with someone else. These are the moments where I almost welcome advertisements, right? I'm trying to find more information quickly, I'm trying to make a purchase decision, and I'm trying to think through how I want to spend my time, my money, my resources. And this is what I'd like you to kind of think through as a marketer today and how you're kind of capturing this new behavior and this new demand. And as marketers, the world is changing very fast. Big will not beat small anymore. It'll be the fast beating the slow. And this is very true. And this is what I'm saying, as we kind of shift through these behaviors from a customer perspective, there's a credible lag with marketers. And we're seeing this on Google. The most successful marketers are very nimble. They're testing, they're trying these new avenues and trying to figure out how they can capture this new demand as customers are, changing how they're interacting with technologies and wanting information more quickly. So here's a great video, if you don't mind playing this, kind of capturing what I'm hoping the message I'm trying to get across.
Grinding sound when you turn the key? I love that video. You'll probably be seeing a lot more of this in 2016, as it's a video we really want to focus on here at Google. So I just want to close with, think through your customer journey, maybe decisions you've made personally, and how you've used technology and your searches on Google to kind of inform and decide that decision. We see that 89% of customers actually kind of go through this customer journey where they're starting on mobile, learning more on tablet, and actually, making a purchase maybe perhaps on desktop. I kind of think through, I arrived last night and we were hoping to get oysters, my Google team. So what did we do? We took out our phones and we found something nearby. And if you, as an advertiser, what a great opportunity to really capitalize on that moment as a potential someone who in that area that is wanting to kind of get that new business. So you're probably wondering, what does it mean, this relationship we have with WordStream? And I just wanted to add a quick context from my point of view on what we do together and why this trusted partnership is in place. So WordStream actually won 3 big awards this year. There are our 2015 Platform Innovator Awards. So of all of our channel partners, we really rewarded them with their technology and their advancement within their platform, which you'll learn about in a little bit. We've also awarded them the Innovation Awards with the AdWords Grader. How many folks here has actually used the Grader? Okay, awesome. It's a great tool. And we've really seen incredible successes with customers learning those insights and be able to kind of act on those areas of improvement. And lastly, they're our highest growth of accounts. So, that really speaks volumes to them as a business if they're finding customers and they're actually showing customers that this makes sense and this is driving ROI and they're growing them. So we've seen WordStream out of all of our channel partners. They won that award this year. So WordStream, I think I've given them enough praise, but you understand kind of how at Google we look to their relationship. I mean, they're our gateway to get to you guys. So we really believe that, we have this incredible value proposition with these micro moments, and they'll help really kind of, again, demystify that strategy through their resources, through their platform, through their incredible customer success team to kind of bring this all to life for you. So today, we have Larry Kim, the founder of WordStream. It's a little bit nerve-wracking to precede someone with his accolades and thought leadership within the space. So I'm incredibly honored that he'll be joining us. We'll actually be doing a raffle towards the final presentation, which is after Larry. So please stick around. There's some really great prizes, and of course we're here after. If you have any questions about Google, about a relationship, about what I presented, anything with Larry, please stick around, as we'd love to chat you through some of your thoughts and how you're approaching this. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce Larry Kim, and he'll be sharing some of his great best practices with how you should optimize a really successful AdWords program. Thanks.
I don't need the mic, but yeah, thanks so much. Hey, thanks so much, Cindy. That was a great presentation. I really loved that part with at the Vatican, where they were showing the picture of the conclave and with all the smartphones. You know, the Pope and I actually have quite a lot in common. Pope Francis and I, we're both obsessed with conversions. I just made that up right now. I know, that's pretty terrible. All right, all right. So, if I was going to summarize sort of what Cindy was talking about today, it's like that people are searching for stuff, you know, billions, like 4 billion times a day, and they're looking for, you know, the products and services that you're selling, and you know, you kind of have to be there, you know, to capture that demand. Otherwise, it's going to go somewhere else. And so, in my talk today, I wanted to talk instead about I wanted to talk about how to do that, you know, and the thing about Google AdWords is that it's very, very powerful, and there's actually hundreds and thousands of features and functions that you can use in this incredibly powerful platform. And so in the 25 minutes I have today here, I just wanted to summarize a couple of kind of the, you know, having worked with thousands of AdWords accounts over the last few years, I wanted to just summarize some of the more impactful kind of must-use features and functions, and give you some examples on how to use them to hopefully inspire and give you some ideas on how to grow your businesses with Google AdWords. So Cindy, she's great. That's our partner. Just want to introduce myself a little bit. Wait a minute. I just have a kid. I live here in Central Square. Anyways, enough about me. Let's go on to what I'm calling my top 8 PPC advertising hacks of all time, guys. I hope you like movies, because I have a lot of movie stuff in this presentation. But I just want to kind of give you my top 8 tips and tricks for how to succeed in PPC in 2016 and beyond. And so my first idea here that I want to share with you is this idea of eliminating landing pages using call-only campaigns and call extensions. So what am I talking about here? Spartans, what we're going to do here is we're going to, like, I'm sure you've all heard of this marketing funnel concept. It's like, oh, you know, people visit your website, they go to your landing page, and like 2% of them convert into a lead or something. That's very typical. This is a very outdated concept. It was invented 15 years ago, you know, when the internet was starting to be a thing, and you know, here we are in 2015. You can actually bypass this entirely, this funnel entirely, and there's no reason why you have to send people to this landing page where you lose 98% of people. What we're talking about here is funnel elimination. So how do you do this? Well, it has to do with the fact that most of the searches today are generated from mobile devices as opposed to desktops. And so actually, yesterday evening I was, WordStream works with tens of thousands of customers. So I went into the database and pulled up some data. I wanted to see, like, what does that shift from desktop to mobile look like? And I just graphed it here over the last 3 years, and you can see the gray line is like the increase in mobile searches. The blue line is kind of a slow decline in desktop traffic, and poor tablet, as they're going nowhere. but the point is, like, that's quite a convergence here, and I expect that to continue in 2016 and beyond. And so So what you should be using are these call buttons, these call only campaigns and call buttons, because like it's such a game changer, guys. Instead of sending people to so the traditional desktop conversion funnel, it's like people see your ad, they click on the ad, they go to that web page, then you lose 98% of them on average, and then you'll capture like 2% of those leads. So with the mobile conversion funnel, it's actually a misconception that mobile's worth less than desktop. Mobile's actually worth much more. There's more immediacy. Those micro moments that Cindy was talking about. It's like they want to do something right away, and so what you can do is you can have these mobile ads where they show up right at the moment when they're looking for the thing that you're selling, and you can have them call your business, and then you have them on the phone right at the moment when they were looking to buy the thing that you're selling, and this is quite a big deal because you've captured the lead right there and then, as opposed to capturing 1 in 20 or 1 in 25 of them. This is another interesting benefit of the call campaigns. This is some research done by MIT, but basically what they're saying is that, like, even if people fill out your contact us form or request a demo or whatever it is you're trying to get people to do on your website, the chances of you reconnecting with that person, say tomorrow, is like half. Like 50% of them, you won't even though they signed up for something, you won't even be able to get in touch with them. So it's just because the moment has passed. They're no longer interested in the thing that they were looking for at the time. So the contact rate, so your ability to reconnect with these leads, and the ability to the qualification rate declines rapidly over time. And so with mobile, you're getting it right at the right time. And so the way that you can do this, guys, in AdWords is this, you can run, there's 2 ways of doing this. The first one is just running your search ads on mobile, but having a call button show up, that little call button on the right, and they can either click on the button or the headline. But in the campaign settings, there's this way that you can make it so that even if they click on the headline, rather than sending them to your mobile site, you can have them call you. And guys, like I would actually advocate for that for that option, because they're on their phones, they're on the go, they want information now, and so that's more interesting. And recently, within the last maybe 6 months or so, Google offered a fantastic new campaign option called a call-only campaign. So like, only paying for calls to your business as opposed to clicks to your websites. I'm not saying the clicks to your websites are worthless. Like they're still worth something, but the calls are just so valuable that I would even encourage running these call-only campaigns, because those are like the hottest leads. So what we're talking about here is kind of converting this notion of traditionally pay-per-click marketing into almost like pay-per-lead marketing, especially with that call campaigns. Yeah, it's like, as I was saying, I hope you like movies, because I have a lot of them here. So this one, we're down to my number 7 hack. This is that Avenger girl, Scarlet Witch, I think it was. What if there was some way, guys, to like mess with people's minds and make it so that you could make it so that the people who are engaging and clicking on your ads or calling you were more likely to buy from you? Like why make it like 3% conversion rate? What if you could double that conversion rate? So maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Google started rolling out these Google shopping ads, and these are actually really, they're very, very powerful. It's the reason why shopping ads are so powerful, like they convert like crazy. They have like a conversion rate of like 3 times that of regular text ads. And you know why that is? It's because because it messes with people's minds and makes it so that they're more likely to convert. So take a query like blue dresses, for example. Okay, that's kind of an ambiguous query, blue dresses. The person who's searching for this with the shopping ads, price and image information is communicated to the searcher prior to clicking on the button. Okay. Prior to clicking on the ad. So meaning they're not going to click on your ad and say like, oh, that's not in my price range. Go pogo stick back and click on the next ad and say like, oh, this is like not the style for me. Go back. It's like the shopping ads are so powerful because when someone actually clicks on this information that they're saying, like, yeah, this is my price range, this is the style, that like they're basically looking to place an order as opposed to like learn something. Essentially what we saw in our research was that the shopping ads were kind of sucking the conversions out of at the expense of all the other listings, like the organic and other and the text listings on the page. And so maybe you're not so first of all, if you're an e-commerce company, you absolutely better be doing these shopping ads. But if you're not an e-commerce company, what if you're doing lead gen? The interesting thing about this is that what Google is doing over the last few months is they've been rolling out similarly super-powered mobile ad experiences. So this idea of communicating all this valuable price and image and ratings information prior to the person clicking on your site, thus kind of messing with people's minds to make it so that magically they're going to convert 3 times more likely to convert to a sale. And also when this is just like an image carousel ad for automotive, and look at the calls to action. It's like, you know, directions to the dealer, you know, call the dealer. Those are like mobile applicable, you know, call to actions. Same thing with hotels. Like, you know, people, when you're looking to rent a hotel, you want to know the ratings, and you want to know the availability and the ability to book directly. So this is quite a lot more user friendly or actually conversion friendly than just a vanilla text ad from like 10 years ago. They're rolling this out across every imaginable industry. Here's one for shopping. This is called the local inventory ads. Not only is it giving you the ratings of the products that you're looking for, but it'll even tell you whether or not that particular item is in stock at a store nearby. Here's an insurance ad, advertisement where you can compare rates and quotes. Here's one for credit cards. And so, as I could go on, but you need to go look into the different ad formats on mobile and try to figure out if there's an ad format for your industry, and if so, you should absolutely be leveraging these new ad formats. And I've been told by the people at Google that they intend to roll out, pretty much customized ad experiences for all of the verticals in the near future. Here's one for mortgages. So to summarize this hack, what I'm talking about is like, the conversion rate. It's always like, what percentage of people that see your ad and visit your site, and that's kind of the denominator, and the numerator of this equation is like how many leads or sales did you get. What I'm saying is, typically people focus so much on like the landing page optimization, but what I'm telling you is that the leverage is actually before people click on your ads, by preconditioning them to understand what price range and what are the ratings and the quality and the images of the products that you're selling, so that when they do click on the ad, they're like 3 or 4 times more likely to buy. So that's where the leverage is, if you ask me. So we're down to number 6. I want to talk a little bit about this notion of customization, so increasing your click-through rates using ad customizers. So click-through rates, funny joke here. What's a pirate's favorite marketing metric? It's CTR or ROI. Just seeing if you guys are awake. We're talking about how to, like, click-through rate is really important, because if nobody's clicking on your ads, then Google will charge you more and won't even bother showing your ads. So how do we increase these click-through rates? Well, one of the ways to do this is using a relatively new innovation. This one's only about a year old. It's called ad customizers. And what we're going to do in this hack, we're going to use a really psychological hack called fear of missing out. And nobody wants to be the one that's missing out on a deal. And so this one works really, really well in ads in terms of making them pop. What you do is, see where it says sale ends in 5 hours, that's a dynamic countdown timer. what's so interesting is that, so when you're creating your ads, it's maybe you've heard of dynamic keyword insertion, where you can insert words into the ad based on what people have searched on. Here, it's a similar concept. You can add like quantities, like only 3 left, or sale ends in 15 minutes, or next Friday, etc. And so what our research shows from working with all these companies is that as your quantity goes to 0, or the sale is coming to the last final, the 11th hour or so, your conversion rates on these items actually triples. And that's why, like Expedia, they say like only 3 flights left, or like they're just creating urgency, and that works incredibly well. And so it's so great that you should consider doing perpetual sales. Like J.Crew does this to me all the time. I should know better. They send me these emails and they say like, shirt sale at J.Crew, sale ends Friday. Like, give me a break. It's not like that's what they do. They sell shirts. They're not going to run out of shirts. But like, nevertheless, I still end up, they trick me, and I end up buying all these shirts, and it's because they told me that the sale's going to end on Friday. And so like, that's what they're doing. They're just creating these sales that end on Friday, and then they start them up again the following week. But it's just it's creating a reason to buy, and kind of clear the decks, and even doesn't have to be like a true sale, and nothing really is. But this is just an idea of variable discounts based on the product and availability, et cetera. So we're impacting click-through rates and conversion rates. This is a relatively small, like what I love about this is the leverage. It's just like a little small thing that you do to your ads that gives you so much more impact in terms of the conversion and click-through rates. So we're down to the middle of my list here. We're talking about how to leverage, we're still talking about how to increase the click-through rates, and one of the really interesting things that you can do in your ads is to leverage the power of emotions. So we were previously talking about fear, but there's many, many more emotions that drive people to take actions. And so, guys, this is, maybe you've seen this before. Most ads are the same. So the slide didn't work, but basically, when you do searches for things, what you'll find is that most of the search ads are the same. They're all using dynamic keyword insertion. So if you do a search for like cloud computing solutions, you'll find like ads from IBM and Oracle, and they all say like cloud computing solutions. And I call that an AdWords jackpot because this is just like my own terminology. It's not an official industry term. I call it an AdWords jackpot for 2 reasons. First reason, it reminds me of like in Vegas when you like hit a row of lucky sevens when like they're all the same. Here's like a AdWords jackpot of iPad minis. The other reason why I call it an AdWords jackpot is because it's a valuable opportunity for you to differentiate your products and services from all the other advertisers that are offering the same thing. And so one of the best ways to differentiate your ads has to do with leveraging the power of emotion. So BuzzSumo, just some company did a study and tried to figure out what emotions were the most powerful drivers of making people click on things, and it was things like awe, anger, laughter, fear, amusement, etc. That makes people click. And I wanted to give you an example of how to leverage those emotions in actual text ads, with 25-character headlines and 70-character descriptions. How do you get people to get emotional about this stuff? And so here's one client that we have that's doing like breast cancer screening, and at the top it's kind of a generic kind of this is what we do, matter-of-fact ad. It says like with early detection, survival rate is 100%. Book an appointment today. Breast cancer screening. Pretty straightforward ad. What we try to do is leverage the power of fear. So breast cancer screening, 15% of women live 5 years. Only 15% of women live 5 years or more with late detection. So we just made a small change to the ad copy. And can you guess what happened, guys? The call volume, so we were doing this all on mobile, because remember, mobile is more valuable. The call volume for the fear emotion actually increased the calls by 170%. So again, what I love about this is just a small little tweak that you make to your ad copy, and you're almost tripling the effectiveness of the ads. And you know, you can kind of see how that would work in your own life. Like imagine you're worried about something, you do a search, like you're gonna call this thing to figure out, because you don't want to be the late detection person, right? So the reason why this strategy works is because, as I was saying earlier, 95% of the ads on AdWords are the same. You know, like you just do a search for anything, it's always, you know, blah blah blah, same thing. So if you can just leverage some emotional triggers, this is you know, one does not simply use the same ad as everyone else. Your business is unique. You have unique selling points. So why would you write the same ad as everyone else? It doesn't make sense. So we're down to number 4 here. I wanted to talk a little bit about display ad remarketing. Display ad remarketing, it's an incredibly powerful ad option that is offered by Google that you absolutely should be taking advantage of. Just so we're all on the same page, what Google display ads are, so those are the image ads that you see when you're browsing the web. So like if you're on Boston.com or CNN or Weather.com, those big banners and rectangle ads, image ads that you see are more. It's very likely that that's coming from the Google Display Network. And so it's basically a network of I think, maybe 2 million websites or something like this that reaches 90% of the internet users in the world, and you have a 65% of chance of reaching any person in the world on any given day. So that's quite a big ad network, you know, biggest one on the planet. And so the interesting thing about display remarketing is, and this should actually make a lot of sense. People who are familiar with your brand, meaning that they've heard about you before or they've read your stuff, they're twice as likely to click on future ads from you, and they're twice as likely to convert if they do click on you, because it's not just a cold call. It's like they remember you from some other engagement. So what remarketing does is you just put this pixel on your site, and then you're showing them display ads to remind them to do whatever it was you were hoping for them to do on your website after they leave. And if they do click on that that ad, you have like much more likely chance for them to engage and convert. I call this like an instant unicorn manufacturing device. Unicorns are like kind of rare and beautiful customers. So basically what I'm suggesting here is that you use the power of display remarketing to push to sort of the harder offers. You know how there's like different types of offers that you can say, like one is just like a phone consultation, or one might be like, you know, come to our office to talk to our lawyers about, you know, intellectual property or something. You know, just there's certain ones that, or like a test drive for a vehicle. Those are harder. They require more time commitment, and so it's gonna be harder. It's gonna have a lower conversion rate. But if you use remarketing, that'll actually raise those conversion rates, making them like more viable in terms of the economics of these ads. What we're seeing is that these display remarketing ads are very competitive in terms of their conversion rates across different industries. On average, you know, search still beats display. No, don't make, you know, there's a lot of those micro moment stuff where you're looking to buy stuff, and so, you know, you can't beat that because that's right at the moment where they were searching. But display is not that far behind, and the reason is because the browsing history is a strong predictor of future commerce activity. One interesting hack on the Google Display Network for these image ads is that they have this algorithm called quality score. I don't know if you read my stuff on the internet, but I'm kind of a nut when it comes to quality score. That's kind of my my big thing. But basically, what quality score, it's an algorithm for how Google decides which ads to show and how much to charge advertisers when people click on those ads. And they don't actually tell you any of this stuff. Like, this is like secret stuff that I'm just sharing with you today. But basically, what I can tell you is that the higher the click-through rate of the ad that you're showing, the more it gets shown, and the less you pay per click. All right. So what we're seeing is that for every increase of 0.1% on click-through rate for the display ads that you're showing for your business, that'll yield an increase or decrease corresponding 20% increase or decrease for the cost per clicks on those ads. So that's quite a lot of leverage. So the strategy for your display ad remarketing campaigns should be to not only run display remarketing ads, but also try to get really high click-through rates of like 0.5% or 1%, as opposed to 0.1%. And so I wanted to share a little hack with you here that 67.5%, I'm sure you've seen these as you're browsing the web, 67% of the quote-unquote display ads on the web aren't actually display ads. They're actually kind of text ads that are formatted as images. Do you see what I mean here? So meaning 2/3 of the advertisers aren't even making the effort of taking advantage of the biggest advantage of display ads, in my opinion, which is the ability to inspire or be memorable through compelling visual imagery. And so just, if I look at hundreds of thousands of text ads or text display ads versus image ads, you have just the fact that it's an image gives you a substantial, more than 50% boost in click-through rate, which matters because that's gonna impact deliverability and cost per click, use images in your display ad campaigns. And the great news, guys, is that it's not that hard to do. You don't have to be a Photoshop genius. There's like these technologies now called a display ad builder where you just type in the website URL of your website. So I typed in WordStream.com, and what it does is it kind of sucks in all the images and logos and taglines from the website that I already have, and it just came up with a bunch of kind of default ads that I can customize in just a few minutes. So just a little bit of effort, like all these hacks. Why I call them hacks is because it's like you don't have to spend years on them figuring out how to use them and implement them. This is just like a 5-minute thing that has a huge impact. I just want to share one more weird thing about display ad remarketing. Do you know how, like, when you go to a website, like booking a flight or something, and those ads follow you around for forever? One of the interesting things about display ad in terms of the conversion characteristics is that, like, the more often you see an ad, okay, the less likely you are to click on it, right? Because it's like you saw it once, you saw it 100 times, you're less likely to click on it on the 100th time. But if you do click on it on that 100th time, you're like twice as likely to convert. It's like it's like capitulation. You're like, okay, fine, I'll finish whatever it is that I was trying to do before. And so what I'm just suggesting here is that isn't that interesting, because you're only paying per click, right? Just trying to suggest that you be a little bit aggressive with like your impression caps, like how often you're going to show these ads to people after they visit your stuff. Don't just show them at once or twice, but 10 or 20 or 30 times, because as Cindy was saying before, people are busy. They have these moments where they think of something and they might not complete what it is that you were hoping for them to do, and so they just need some reminders to do that, and so you should be bold. And another hack here is to is kind of piggybacks on what we were talking about on text ads before. Was like you can also use images, emotions in your display ads too. Now these aren't display ads. This is actually BuzzFeed. Does anyone do BuzzFeed? It's kind of this really clicky website with like sensational headlines like first they try to kill Jackie and then this incredible rhino shows up. It's like, what? I want to click on this thing. That's the curiosity emotion, right? So for the same reasons that using emotions in text ads work, and also in content, you should be like using the same emotions in your display ads to raise the click-through rates. So we're almost done here, down to my number 3 hack. It's called what I'm calling super remarketing. So has anyone ever heard of super remarketing? Anyone? That's okay. It's not even a real word. I just made it up this morning. Super remarketing, it's like better than remarketing. How can you even get better than remarketing? Well, basically what we're going to do is we're going to, we're not going to remarket to everybody who visits your site, because not everybody who visits your site is going to be a customer, right? It's like, some percentage of them are. So how can we raise those percentages? We can do this using super remarketing, which is combining the power of remarketing, the fact that they visited your site recently, with additional layering, additional filters. So for example, their gender. If you're selling like women's clothing, well then don't remarket to the men or something like this. Or if it's teen clothing, or then change the age range to which you're targeting. Or if it's baby products. God, I just have a 1-year-old kid. I have never spent more money in my life. If you have targeting things to parents, then you should be changing the targeting set based on these demographics, in addition to the fact that they visited your site. So this is another way you can do this, is to go after people who are in market for a particular type of product. So there's about 1,000 of these different segments for different industries, and you should get to know them, figure out if there's something there for your industry, and then combining that with remarketing. It's quite a powerful strategy. The way that they do that is Google remembers what you're searching for. Like they know, oh, this guy was just visiting the BMW website, so probably they're in market for a luxury car. You see what I'm saying? So this is pretty interesting targeting. So the power of super remarketing is that you're targeting people who've checked out your stuff, who are interested in your stuff, and who are qualified buyers of your stuff. And by narrowing the targeting to an audience that meets all three, this is very, very interesting. And just wanted to talk a little bit about something called remarketing lists for search ads. So this is also a relatively new technology within the last 18 or so months. There's different ways to target these ads. Obviously you're familiar with keyword advertising. You can target based on what the people are searching. You can target based on kind of their device and user context, so like location, device, and time. But the newest way of targeting search ads is based on their browsing history. So you can make it so that I'm only going to show this search ad to someone if they visited my website recently. So that's kind of interesting. And so people visit your site. You cookie them, you add them to your cookie pool, and then you can show search ads to them when they search for stuff later. And remember why this is so powerful, because what I was saying earlier, people who are familiar with your brand are twice as likely to click, and they're twice as likely to buy. So just instead of targeting everybody who's searching for a particular keyword, you're targeting the people who are searching for a keyword and who are familiar with your brand. So there's quite a difference. So power of search remarketing. Instant unicorn manufacturing device in that it doubles the click-through rates, it halves the cost per click, and doubles the conversion rates. So that's a remarketing list for search ads. The last hack that I want to talk to you today about is very new. It's like in the last 60 days. Customer match. This is the most exciting feature that I've seen in the last 5 or 10 years. Basically, what it's doing is it's allowing you to target PPC ads on Gmail and YouTube and search, not just based on keywords, or not just based on remarketing, but based on identity. So I can upload emails, Johnny's email, and then I can show an ad, a YouTube ad or a Gmail or a search ad to Johnny when he's surfing the web or searching for things. That's kind of interesting because. So what you do is you take your customer list. Everyone knows your best business comes from your existing customers and leads and prospects. So you just upload that list. Google will match those emails to, because usually when you're surfing the web, you're logged in. You're logged into Gmail or YouTube or Google Plus or one of other Google's services, and so they know that it's you, and so you can then customize your ads based to specific people based on who they are. it actually feels like email marketing, right? Remember email marketing where you're sending different offers to your best customers or to your new customers or to your repeat customers, but it's actually better than email marketing because in email marketing, it's like if I want to do email marketing at WordStream, I say, hey, Amber, can we do an email blast? And she's like, yeah, the next opening is in February, right? Is that familiar? You don't have to, there's no limit here. Like there's no inventory constraints. And you don't have to worry about unsubscribes and all those annoying things. So you can just target emails, but through ads. It's not free, but you're going to get all these, well, neither is email marketing, but you can kind of overcome all the limitations of email marketing using this customer matched emails. I just wanted to show you one of my customers. A little hard to see, but I'll tell you what we're looking at here. This company was targeting people using regular search. So the first one, I think there's a laser on this thing. Yes, there is. The first one is this is a regular search, okay? Just search ads, and we were trying to figure out what was this is return on ad spend. So what's, like if we spend $1, we're making $3.72 for those ads on regular search. Here we were doing RLSA. Those are search ads targeted to people who visited the site recently, and you can see that was double the return on ad spend. So 6 times return for every dollar spent. And then we did the email targeting, and that was giving 8 times as much, $8 for every dollar spent. So we're just, I mean, this is just proving out what we believe to be true in theory, which is that your existing customers are the best source for future business. Now that's not to say that you shouldn't go after these guys because you also need to get new customers. You can't just milk your existing ones, but at least you can message to them differently and set budgets accordingly. All right, so if you are doing e-commerce, there's a lot of really interesting applications of this. You can just segment your users based on like, did they purchase or did their warranty expire or did they abandon a shopping cart? Just segment your email lists accordingly and come up with different ad copy and campaigns for the different audiences. And if you want to go after more people, like not just your current customers, you can clone those audiences using Google's power of similar audience technology, where it figures out like what are the characteristics of these people and tries to find similar demographics and types of people to increase that audience pool and go after new business as well. All right, so I think I've actually gone a little bit over time. I'm not sure if we have time for QA, but we're good. We do? That's all I had. In summary, you guys, it's more important today than ever with the mobile web and people, like, how it is. People check their phones 240 times in a given day. A thought enters your mind. The first thing you do is you search for it. People are increasingly becoming tethered to these mobile phones and 4 billion searches a day. People are looking for stuff, and you absolutely have to be there when your customers are looking for the products and services that you're selling. And so in my presentation today, I outlined 8 of my favorite ways to implement campaigns so that when they're searching for stuff, that they find you and that they buy and are inspired to buy the things that you're selling. With that, I just have a couple minutes for questions. Let's do this.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi.
So it's interesting, some of the concepts. We've done remarketing, some other things, but we're a B2B marketer with a 6-figure product, an 18-month purchase horizon. So I wonder the applicability of this for someone where a click to call. I'm trying to wrap my head around how this applies to our business model.
Well, so you said it's an 18-month
yes.
Life cycle?
Yep.
So there's so much you can do with remarketing. Like you probably have like this purchase journey mapped out where it's like, the first 6 months you're trying to get them to learn about this stuff. You know that your business better than me. You probably have autoresponders and emails, set for timing. What I'd be messing around with is membership duration, and having different campaigns targeted at different times in that customer journey. So like for the first 6 months, you're telling them to do this. The second 6 months, you're telling them to do something else, and then the last 6 months, you're saying now, like, buy the damn thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's like, I mean, it's the same workflow that your salespeople are doing, you can implement through ads, and I think people can we agree that people are busy and have other things going on, and that it's a good thing to be top of mind throughout that journey, and if so, things like customer match, like showing up in their Gmail, showing up on, like if they're looking at some cat video and then it reminds them of your service, because you can target ads on YouTube. And in Gmail, that this just kind of it'll just kind of maybe make it so that instead of an 18-month close, it's more like a 12-month close or something like this. So it's just reminding them to do to get to the next stage in the funnel. I think there's a lot you can do there. Any other questions at the front here, Laura? Uh-oh.
I had 2 questions. One for customer match is how do you hash an email? You have to do that before you upload it.
The hashing is done automatically. When you send, it first encrypts and then sends over.
Upload it automatically?
Yeah,
okay.
No worries.
Do you have any thoughts on voice search? People searching, like, people start searching,
Yes.
Wicked, like I need a wicked good pizza. How do you handle that?
There's really not much you have to do there. So what Google has been doing over the last few years is they're realizing that people are searching for things in so many different ways. I think Cindy had a statistic that 15% of the searches that they see in any given day are new, that they've never seen before, all right? So it's no longer necessary to upload like 3 million keywords. Google is getting better to match like the wicked good pizza to pizza. Yeah. So that's all being done kind of by the platform. Was that it? Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Hello.
Hi.
I just had a technical question. You mentioned the similar audience technology. Is that just for RLSA, where you basically take your email lists and you give them to Google and they say, we're going to find similar people based on this portfolio, or how does that work?
The similar audience technology works for all of remarketing, or all of for any audience. So you can create an audience based on email lists or based on site visits, okay? Like people who visited your site or people who you upload. And based on those lists, it can then clone similar audiences. Yes?
Can you specify, so if somebody visits your site, can you specify like anybody who spent certain time on site longer than X to eliminate?
Yeah. So in creating the remarketing audience definition, there's about 250 different kind of dimensions that you can use to create the audience. Like, did they visit this page? Did they stay for 3 pages or longer? Did they stay for 5 minutes? Are they a repeat visitor? Et cetera, et cetera. There's too many to list up. But basically, all the dimensions that you have in Google Analytics, you can use to create a custom audience, and then you can clone those audiences. Google just figures out kind of what's the common denominator between those users and looks for more of them.
For the custom match, how are you limited to the number of names that you can upload? So if I have 500,000 customers on a database, for instance, can I upload all 500,000 customers? And tied to that, what type of match rates are you seeing?
So I've uploaded lists of 2 million and more customers. Maybe I wouldn't recommend doing that because it means that you're not very targeted. Like the point of customer matches is to not have to target everybody with the same message and the same offers, but being different segmentations of your customer base, being able to target them with specific messages that are more pertinent to them where they are in your buying cycle, right? So like you absolutely, there's no limit, like well, at least I haven't hit a limit in terms of how many you can upload, but you know, I probably wouldn't do all of them in one list, you know, because you're kind of giving up the benefit of half of what Customer Match has to offer, you know, which is, you know, more relevant messaging. In terms of the customer match rate, we're seeing match rates between 40 and 50%, and the reason is because Google has like 1 billion users of like Gmail and all these other and YouTube and all these other platforms, so that there's like almost a 50% chance that if you turn on a browser, you're logged into one of Google's services. So I think that's pretty impressive.
Thank you. Great presentation. I learned a lot of new stuff. I'm going to ask something that perhaps is not fair, but video. What are your thoughts on video, YouTube advertising with video, and any of that stuff? Do you guys, can you speak on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So YouTube is the world's second biggest search engine. Something like 1 billion hours of videos are watched every month, and so people are definitely spending lots of time on YouTube. It's a little different though. It's not like pure Google search where there's the commercial intent, like I need to get this thing right away. It's generally like music videos and more like more higher funnel things, like learning about things, if you will, like how to. And so I definitely think you should be like, one of the greatest things about video ads is that you're given so much freedom to come up with inspiring content that will get people to love your brand. So remember what I was saying, like you're going after people, but if they are familiar with your brand, they're like twice as likely to convert, and the clicks are cheaper because of the higher click-through rates, et cetera. So like I would be using YouTube ads to like get people to know and love you, targeting people through lists or through remarketing or through certain channels. Like you can, if there's a channel on YouTube that's very interesting to what you do, you can make it so your ads show up before those things play, and you're basically filling the top of your funnel, so that later when they do search for whatever it is you sell, they'll be familiar with it. You follow what I'm saying? So many questions. This is great. And, geez, this is like.
Is there a minimum number of customer matches on email addresses?
Yes. I believe it's 1,000. 1,000 matched emails. So meaning like if you upload, I don't know, 1,500 and you match on 700, it's still too low. So. The reason why they do that is privacy. They don't want to make it so like, you're uploading a custom audience of one person, and it's like, hey Johnny, I know what you did yesterday. It's like you have to kind of be a little bit more generic. Okay, that's too targeted. Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
2-year WordStream user, big fan. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
The click to call. The advice you gave earlier, I see that dead on. We're losing it on the landing page, right?
Yeah.
Here's the difficulty I have. We work with marketing automation softwares.
Yeah.
So the landing pages directly connect into an automation that helps folks drive through a longer selling cycle. Are there options that I haven't seen for getting clicks to calls into Infusionsoft's, Marketo's, HubSpot, and I just haven't dug deeper? Because it's the only way I can envision using click to call, right, and getting them into an automation campaign is having a sales team type in the information, which just doesn't work so well. You follow what I'm saying? That's my challenge.
Yeah, but like, where's the leverage? Like, all that marketing automation stuff, it's gonna like increase your conversion rates by like 50% or something. All those automated follow-ups, but a conversion rate from a web visit to a completed lead is like 2 or 3%, right? Versus a call where you're having them like on the phone and you can take down their information. That's like 100% conversion rate. So like, you know what I mean? Like,
I understand, but my customers, and I manage Google AdWords accounts on behalf of my clients. So to me, I say, you've got 20 conversions, and they say, Kevin, I've got 3 sales. So what I'm saying is that I really need to get them into an automated system so that the magic can really happen. A conversion is yes, and it's great, but I need to get it to that next level, and that's where the landing pages work. And I'm stuck with landing pages, and I like to go to click to call.
The only thing I can think of is just like a call center, like staffing up your ability to answer calls, and then just like an answering service, like take their information, like you're filling out the form for them.
Right. Okay, I was just wondering if there was something I was missing. If there was a new integration with like a call rail or something like that.
It would be cool if they, I mean, it would not. It is possible that there's going to be more integrated ways to get the call information into CRMs. I've definitely, I just can't comment on that.
Okay, it's just a thought for you. I start up a lot of new clients that have never used Google AdWords before, and WordStream excels at clients that have some historical data. And I just had a thought if there was any way that you could kind of simulate common industries like dentists and chiropractors as if their campaign was running for 3 months, so that when I'm starting them out, they're not starting from scratch. You follow what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
The type of things they're doing are not that different from the other chiropractor in the next town over. So just a thought. I think if you guys had something like that, you'd be able to launch newer clients faster.
Thank you for that. Are we good for questions? Or? Sorry.
Hey, Larry.
I'll be
awesome presentation, thanks.
Oh, thanks.
I'll try to keep this from getting too broad because I know social kind of opens up a whole other can of worms, but clearly like Facebook and Google try and copy each other's best features, like Google custom audiences came from Facebook. I'm just curious if you think that like a lot of the targeting stuff you talked about today should also be used in tandem with like Facebook, or if there's kind of a dangerous line there using the same exact strategy for both.
So Facebook is more indirect conversion, right? On Facebook, there's not a search component. Like, it's more, it's display advertising, right? Based on remarketing or interests or demographics or behaviors or lists. So for the same reason why I love remarketing on Google Display Network and all the tips and tricks that we were talking about today, I suppose they would work on that other company, but we're here at Google today, so that's all I can say about that. If I must want to give time for Elliot's presentation, okay.
My question was on the affinity audiences and how the performance of affinity audience in your experience, and if it's performing different across different segments and verticals, what your experience around.
So I love custom affinity audiences for display advertising. So that's custom affinity audiences means that what you do is you type in a website URL or a domain name, and Google will then figure out what kind of topics that site is talking about. Like, is it, I don't know, B2B software for the cloud or something like this? It'll figure out what you're trying to sell, and then it'll get your display ads in front of people who are looking for those types of things. So what I love to do with this, and this technology is getting better and better, like every month it seems. So what I love to do is kind of sneaky. What I do, I use custom affinity audiences, and I point them at my competitors' domain names. All right, and then that's like a really interesting way of using it, and by far that's even more powerful than just pointing to like a generic kind of a website that's in the similar industry that whatever. Try that. All right, thanks. So with that, first of all, thank you so much for attending this presentation. We've got one more great presenter coming up. It's my colleague and friend, Elliot. He's going to be talking a little bit about our WordStream product offerings. And please stay to the end, because I'll be around for more questions. And there's a contest for great prizes and some special offers that we have to share with you. Thanks. Let's hear for Elliot.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cindy, so if you think going before Larry's challenging, try going after Larry. Yikes. Larry, very interesting presentation. Thank you very much. What I found interesting from that was the amount of psychology Larry brought to the table. Larry, I had no idea you were so in touch with your emotions. It's really, really awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming again. I know Larry's already thanked you guys enough, but it's really awesome. I'm very excited to be here. WordStream is very excited to host you guys, and I know Google is also incredibly excited to have you guys here. So thank you guys very, very much. So let's kick it off. A little bit about me. My name is Elliot Reed. I've been with WordStream for 3+ years. I now manage a sales team, and I've helped thousands of businesses of all sizes really improve their AdWords accounts performance or help them with PPC strategies. Now I know what you guys are all thinking. That is not me. I wish that was me, but yes, I do love to ski. If any of you guys know when, where, and how to find the snow this year, please talk to me after the presentation. Would definitely love to chat. So what are we going to be talking about today? First and foremost, would want to get a sense of who is in the audience. So we'll take a quick poll, talk a little bit about what we believe at WordStream, a couple lessons we've learned from being in the industry for quite some time, and then we will jump right into a short software presentation and then part for questions and conversation. So, quick poll. Before we get started, would love to just get a sense of who's in the audience to have an idea of who I'm working with here today. So if you could, please raise your hand if you've been managing a PPC account for longer than 6 months. All right. Longer than a year. Keep your hands up, too. Keep those up. Longer than 3 years. 5 years? 10 years? Oh, man. 20 years? 40? 19? Oh, wow. That's awesome. Congrats. That's very cool. Very cool. But as you guys can see, we have a hugely vast, diverse audience here. The purpose of my conversation really is to give you guys a high-level overview of what WordStream can do. I'm not going to go into super details and talk about all the little nitty-gritty features, because there is a ton we could dive into. It's just to introduce some of our popular, powerful tools and just get you guys a sense of what we can do. However, at the end of my presentation, there will be a way for you guys to speak with some of the sales reps here, sign up for a demo, sign up and partner with a WordStream specialist who could talk a little bit about your PPC business, your PPC strategy, any issues you're having, and even sign up to take a deep dive into one of your accounts. So more to come at the end of the presentation. Okay, what we believe. At WordStream, we believe in helping businesses of all sizes succeed in Google AdWords. Why? We think Google AdWords is awesome. And it's not just because we're here at Google. No, that's not the reason. Google AdWords is something that gives all businesses of all sizes the ability to compete and get in front of your clients to attract them to your website, to your door, to make sales and grow your business. That is awesome. I love that. I think that's very cool. So we've actually been able to work with thousands of accounts over the years. And believe it or not, we've actually worked with about $5+ billion in ad spend. We've seen that much money go through our tools and our systems. And so with all that data and all those years of working with PPC accounts, we've learned a couple things, and I want to share a few things that we've learned. So really, there's 3 main PPC struggles that we see either account managers or accounts face. And the first one is low activity. Low activity will kill your account. This is not a spectator sport. I don't want to see any of you guys from afar with the binoculars. This is an active sport. You have to get in the game. You have to be consistent, and you have to be managing your account on a weekly basis. It takes energy and it takes effort. So that's the biggest area we see people struggling with. Second area, I hear it all the time. It takes forever to manage. I don't have the time. We get it. We understand. You'd rather be working on your business, not in your PPC account. But you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it to get in there, be consistent, take action, because you know why? You can get results if you have the tools, the know-how, and the ability to do that. It's something we can definitely help you out with. And last but not least, we've learned that there's a ton of wasted spend out there. Sorry, Google, for spilling the beans a little bit here, but there is a ton of wasted spend in the majority of people's accounts. So what we want to do is help you guys identify those areas of waste. I'm not saying you need to drop your budgets or anything like that, but we reinvest those areas into areas that are performing more optimally for you guys, and that's really what we aim to do. We built the PPC Advisor platform, which I'll be jumping into here shortly in a few moments, really to help tackle these problems, help you get in there, find opportunity, and get out and get on with your day. What's pretty cool over the years is we've actually seen some pretty cool stats come from our client base. On average, we see about a 63% increase in conversions and about a 9% decrease in cost per click. So without further ado, what I'd like to do is just take you through a couple screenshots. I figured that'd be the easiest way to do it. Again, if you guys are interested in a very detailed demonstration, I highly recommend that you sign up for a demo at the back of the room back there. But this is just to introduce some of the high-level tools, get you guys excited, and get you guys a little bit of a taste of what WordStream can do for your business. So jumping right in, I have 2 pointers up here. This is really our... Oh, there we go. So what we're looking at here is really the home page of our PPC management platform. As you can see, there is a lot of options and a lot of areas to work in. Not going to dive super deep. What we're looking at here is the PPC 20-minute work week. It's really this section right here. The PPC 20-minute work week is really designed to help you guys figure out what's going on. It's analyzing your entire account every single week, and it's going to provide you guys with a set of actionable alerts that you can take action on come Monday morning. What it's looking at is its click-through rates, quality scores, conversions, cost per clicks, all the important metrics that you guys know you need to be looking for, but you might not have the time, know-how, or ability for whatever reason, maybe because you're a business owner and trying to actually run your business, to do it on a consistent weekly basis. What the cool thing about this tool is it's going to analyze all that information and prioritize what you should be looking at. The real goal here, when we boil down WordStream to its core, and this is my belief, is it's all about understanding the data that your account's generating on a weekly basis, finding opportunity, and taking action and getting out. We're trying to simplify the process to make it quick and easy for you guys. When we built this tool, we spoke with our client base and we tried to find some of the areas that take up the most time but have the largest impact. And we've really come up with a couple key areas: adding negative keywords, adding new long-tail keywords, optimizing ad copy, reviewing costly keyword, optimizing your bids, and there's another one here that's off the screen. If you just push that button, removing duplicates from your account. The goal here is really to get rid of wasted spend. That's the goal. Increase the relevancy of your account by adding the search terms that people are actually clicking on, pulling those into your account, editing your ad copy to align with what people are searching for so it matches that story and your ad is more attractive than the next person. And then we have various tools to help you allocate your budget from the areas that are not necessarily working as well for that particular week or month to the areas that are working a little bit more effectively for you. Just to give you a quick sense of what that looks like, if you actually click on this button, you'll see there's a drop-down. We'll highlight the campaign, ad group, and potential cost-saving opportunities depending on what that particular alert is addressing. I'm not going to go any deeper into the tool here because there's a lot of detail, a lot of data. Don't want to go too deep. And trust me, we'll be able to walk you through that if you're interested in person. Ad keywords is a very similar alert, so I'll jump right over to the optimized ad. One interesting point on the optimized ad is we will break out your desktop and your mobile. we know mobile, as Larry was mentioning earlier, is on that, up and to the right slope. And so what we can do is highlight some or ad copy that's showing up for mobile, but it's not necessarily optimized or formatted correctly for your mobile ads, and point out some areas of opportunity to improve it. The last one regarding the alerts that we're going to talk about is just the bid alerts, or sorry, the review cost of keywords. Again, this is showing you areas of tremendous waste in the account. And if you click on the campaign or ad group, it will show you, hey, these specific keywords are just draining your budget. It's more of a hope you know what's going on, and if you want to take action, we can definitely walk you through on what actions to take. Again, the concept behind the 20-minute PPC work week is understanding what's going on, finding the areas of the most impactful changes. We're not saying you have to manage every single thing, just the areas that have the most impact. It's that 80-20 rule. Jumping over a couple other tools here. I'm not going to get into the Manage tab, but just want to put a little teaser in there. One of our most powerful tools is in the Manage tab. It's a client favorite. Highly recommend you ask about that if you do sign up for a demo. I'm just going to talk on the last 3 tools here because it's easier to showcase without going into too much detail. Our landing page tool, a great opportunity to help you guys build landing pages quickly and effectively according to Google's best practices. There's a very clean, easy, organized work interface here that outlines all of the different landing pages that we will host for you guys. And then, of course, we have a couple different landing pages, and there is endless amounts of opportunity that you guys can come up with to create your landing pages, forms, submittals, and all that good information. The next is the Lead tab. This really is where we collect all of the information from the landing pages and calls. Larry talked a lot about the importance of calls and conversions and all that good information. All of that information will populate on the above bar chart here, and then you will be able to dig into the details of each conversion type, what keyword, how long the phone call was. If you set it up, you can do call recording, all that good information. There's a lot of really cool applications outside of WordStream on the call tracking and call recording, because you can do a lot of training on your own team on how they're handling these arguably most valuable inbound calls, if they're answering the phone correctly, if they're handing the phone call off to the right person, and so forth. Great opportunity for you guys to improve your business and improve the close rate on the calls. And last but not least is reporting. I'm actually very bullish on the reporting. I'm very excited about the reporting. We have spent a ton of energy, a ton of effort updating our reporting feature in the past few months. Put out a ton of releases, and we have a ton more coming. So very excited. If you've seen the reporting in the past, you should definitely check it out again. Our concept of reporting is very much in line with our philosophy of managing a PPC account. Simple, effective, fast. And so what our reporting does is it basically creates a really cool infographic for you guys. You don't have to do any of it. Pulls all the data from the account, puts it into a really cool infographic, very business-focused, sales funnel-focused, visual report that you can share with your team, you can share with yourself, you can share with other businesses if you're managing other clients. And there's a lot of really cool customization features that have been recently released. So those are the primary tools that I just wanted to cover with you. Again, we can go into a lot more detail, talking specifics about your business, your needs, the issues that you're facing in managing an AdWords account. We'd be happy to do that. We do it all day, every day, have hundreds of phone calls like that a week. So last but not least, we do have a special offer that we were able to secure just for you guys right here. So for any of the attendees that attended today, we are extending a $200 off your first month's subscription fee if you guys sign up before December 18th. So really excited about that. You guys are the only people that get that. I don't think we've ever done anything like that before. I was pretty surprised when our CEO approved that last night. So very excited to extend that to you guys. Other than that, thank you very much for coming. Please stick around. We have coffee, breakfast. I'll be available to answer questions. Anybody wearing a WordStream shirt like this will be able to direct you to how to sign up for a demo. Noel will have demo sign-up sheets in the back, and we definitely have business cards. And I guess I'll hand it over to Cindy for the drawing. Awesome.
Is this mic hooked up? Okay, great. Just grab it. Awesome. So now for the drawing. Thank you guys for coming, and thank you for sticking around till the end. Again, we're here for questions. If you want your parking validated, if you had not gotten that ticket before, we have some extra in the back. And lastly, you probably have seen some extra bags from seats that were not occupied. Feel free to grab a bag or two and bring them back to your colleagues and tell them about today's event. So, okay, great.
This is for the first 20 people who arrived. We are raffling off a Chromebook. So Cindy, I'll let you pull this.
Ryan Grieve. Okay, great. Proud winner of a Chromebook.
All right, so the next raffle is for a Bluetooth speaker.
Linnell Schmidt. Awesome. Hi, Linnell. Great. Here's your speaker.
And the last raffle is for a digital watch. So let's see. Drum roll.
This person shares a name with a presenter. Larry Jeffsky. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much, and feel free to reach out with any questions.